Okay, don't worry about the music. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Josh and Hello and welcome to the Josh and Henry Show. Thank you for that, bro. We're leaving that in just so everyone knows you're such a fucking prick. Our aim on this podcast is to talk to you about the news, what's going on, current affairs, what's happening abroad, what's happening at home, what's happening in our little lives, and try and do it in a jovial manner so you come out the other side not crying. Is that fair enough? Josh is dancing right now.
With you, everybody. Hey, how are we doing?
Hey, this is the first podcast. We had two pilots, but this is the one. And the editing value's gone up, mate. I mean, production value. We're properly trying on this one, aren't we?
We are. I've got some jingles. I've got some things ready to go. I've learned how to edit a podcast, and we are ready to roll.
It's going to be sad once we've finished it and we try really hard and it's about 4% better than the pilots. But that's okay.
Nothing can be worse at this point than the second pilot. Which
yeah. Maybe because we just weren't funny in it. That was an issue, I thought, mainly.
It was too much to ask for us to do one podcast immediately after the first. I think that was really what hurt us there.
But yeah, I had nothing left in the tank, mate. I was so funny on the first episode that I mean, don't get me wrong, I was still hilarious in the second episode. But,
yeah.
I'm going to bring the fire on this one. Anyway, if you guys want to join us on our journey, we're two brothers. We've been wanting to do a podcast for ages, and we thought, Jesus Christ, there's a lot going in the world at the moment. There's a lot going on in our lives, to be fair. So if you want, listen to us, join us on this journey from taking this podcast to, two of the worst pilots probably ever created to, moving Joe Rogan off that Everest podcast mountaintop and becoming numero unos, mate. And you get to say that you were day one listeners to the Josh and Henry Show.
And that you know what? That is what counts.
Yeah, precocious, really, isn't it?
It is. So, Henry, have you said what this podcast's about?
Did I not? I feel like I may have done that, but that's okay.
You just said that we were on a journey, but maybe you did say what it was about. But you do carry on.
Listen as two faithful brothers talk about barely considered news stories with a lack of understanding and poor insight. You'll come away more confused, a little more informed, and probably a bit angry at us.
That's good. And that is essentially what we're trying to do, isn't it? We are trying to get ill-conceived look at the news.
Yeah, exactly. In a jovial manner.
It's just a stepping off point. What we're essentially going to be doing is talking about how shit COVID is and how it's ruined all of our lives. But, we'll try and keep things in perspective.
Speaking of COVID, mate, that brings us on to our first little section.
Did you see how well I had that this morning?
Hey! I love that, mate.
Wait.
Josh found a soundboard. Josh got made unemployed and now has found a soundboard, and he's been using that, I think, pretty much for the last 24 hours.
Mainly to communicate with anyone that's important to me in my life for the last, I'd say, 48 hours at this point. Yeah. He's
not good at sharing his feelings, so this soundboard, it's almost like he's paraplegic and he can only reach buttons on this one. And there's another one. Josh, what have you been doing this week to stay away from the depression of COVID, mate? Talk to me.
You know what? I have been really taking this as a week to myself, actually. I've been trying to put things in perspective and say it's actually important sometimes to just do absolutely fuck all. So This week I've been eating like shit. Right now I'm scoffing on a bag of Aldi Watsits. I've been playing Assassin's
Not even name brand, bro.
Even name brand. I mean, the lager I'm drinking is called Galahad. It's rip-off Foster's. I'm playing Assassin's Creed, and I am reading Star Wars books. I'm giving myself 1 week to indulge myself before getting back on the train, and I think that's important.
I quite respect that, mate. I do just want to quickly ask how many is it Galahads? How many Galahads have you had?
Yeah. Galahad's, yeah. It's a respected brand in Azerbaijan, I hear.
And in the medieval times, I imagine.
It is, yeah, exactly, exactly.
How many of those have you had, mate?
I'm only on my second right now. Why do you ask?
If I had a soundboard, that
Wait.
That's simply incorrect, isn't it? How many beers have you had?
Maybe 3 or 4.
I think you've had minimum. You've had 7.
What, while we've been recording? Do we want to talk about what happened before?
No, I don't want to go into it. Henry's had a rough day today. I did not bring the fire on the first take.
Henry let himself down. The good news is, everybody, that Henry's now got dressed. He's ready to go. He's put some lights on in his room, and he's ready for the vibe.
I turned the lights on and got dressed. That was the bare minimum I needed. Great. I wonder if that's going to piss off the listeners as much as it pisses me off.
I doubt it, because it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, well, I don't like it. Ask me what I've been doing to stave off depression.
I will do, but I know from the first record, which we're not going to air, that essentially it's just masturbating.
Correct. I like to call it feeding the geese. And let me tell you, those geese are fat right now because I've been feeding them extra every day.
You like to boost that morale, don't you?
Yeah, mate. I've been talking to people and getting consensuses, or consensi, and people are saying once or twice a week right now, and I'm thinking that's rookie numbers. I think you need to pump those numbers to 4 to 5 times a week, maybe if not more, and get to a position where your whole ceiling is covered in ejaculate.
No. Do you remember that film called Scary Movie?
No.
Scary Movie?
Yeah, of course I do, yeah. We
all need to watch that film again, because I feel like that's a film that became our like adolescent like idea of what sex was. Yeah. Do you remember at that point? It was incredible, so weird looking back. There was a woman who had a chastity guard on that was made of metal, and a man couldn't get past it, so he brought out a chainsaw. Eventually, he ejaculated himself onto a ceiling.
And didn't
movie 3 with Anna Faris, everybody.
Yeah,
I can't remember anybody else's name in that film, to be honest.
Didn't someone else have sex with a ghost, and properly get completely destroyed?
Sadly, I think it was worse than that. But yeah, you're right. Things got weird in Scary Movie 3.
I mean, I don't know how they got away with that, but I loved it. So that's all I'm saying. So you're saying take a week off, enjoy yourself. Sometimes it's okay to do nothing, and I'm saying pump the numbers, and that's going to stave off depression.
Yeah, I think indulgence.
You
know what? Maybe indulgence is the theme of this podcast so far.
Yeah.
Henry indulges himself with mindless masturbation, and I indulge myself with food and drink this week. So that's how we are. As Alton Jones is, here we are.
And that's not just during COVID, is it, really? Story of our lives so far.
Exactly. Oh, you know what that means. You know what that means.
Tell me what that means, Joshy boy.
Because in my new segment this week, it means what this new segment means.
Have you forgotten your own segment?
No, I got it. What this new segment means is what's annoyed you this week. We all pretend like everything's all good, like everything's all fine. We're trying to all be good during COVID. But you know what? Actually, things are really fucking annoying right now. So what has really fucked you off this week, Henry?
Oh, mate. So much. What's annoying me is I opened a milk bottle and the cap ripped and I had to use a knife, and then when I went to pour, it went everywhere. That really annoyed me to the point of like I'm brimming so close to the surface right now.
Constantly on you, yeah.
Small things like that are enough to send me over the edge.
I have another one of those. You know when you have a a ready meal, and you pull back the plastic, but the plastic doesn't come off with the ready meal.
Oh yeah,
that's up there with some of the worst things that I've. Well, it's frustrating, isn't it?
Very privileged life there. Yeah, that's the worst thing going on. Nah, in all seriousness, Trump's impeachment, mate. I don't know if you've heard about it.
That's a gear change. All right, we're going to Trump, are we? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Trump.
From milk tabs to Trump tabs. Ooh, like what I did there?
I do. Really good. I mean, what does it take to get that man impeached?
Yeah, that's exactly it, mate. So if people aren't aware, Trump had a second impeachment trial. Impeachment essentially means, well, that's actually something Josh can take over with. Yeah.
That means that man cannot hold any public office in future.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
reason.
yeah. He can't run. He can't run for presidency. But also, is that all it means?
I mean, don't run away with things if you need me to step in because I'm eating Wotsits right now. I'm also getting a call. I'm getting this. Everything's kicking off right now. What that means is that he cannot have any public office again, which would be a real bonus because that man. What do you think about that man, Henry?
He's been tough. He's been tough to deal with. Mate, as entertainment vibes, I mean, quality content in regards to entertainment. It's just how much he doesn't like women, black people, and people of any ethnicity that I really struggle with, you know. So I mean, he can't hold office again. Well, he can. That's the issue. Is that he did not get impeached. He went to trial. It got majority, didn't it?
The weird thing is that the majority of the American Senate can vote for Donald Trump to be impeached, and yet still cannot happen. It's also weird that Mitch McConnell can also say that he probably was responsible for Donald Trump for the riots on the Capitol, and yet actually vote the reverse of that position. So I just
it's tricky. It's tricky out here. Mitch McConnell, correct me if I'm wrong, looks like the monster from Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes, or the Emperor from Star Wars. So
he's like a mix between a bulldog and like a normal human being, isn't he?
I mean, tell me what he says when he's giving a bad order.
Execute Order 66.
And you said that soundboard wouldn't be ready.
Sick of it. Yeah, mate. So he didn't get impeached, which means he can run for office in 2024, I think. So essentially, come 2024, we could all be fucked. So that really, he's a slippery little fucker, isn't he?
He is. The scary thing is that I don't even think that's national office. I'm pretty sure he can run for state office before then as well. So let's all hold on to our little hats.
Well, speaking of Trump, mate, I came across something very, very enjoyable today. It is a quiz on Trump v. Kanye. I'm going to read a tweet out, and I want you to tell me if it was Trump or Kanye. How do you feel about that?
I like it. I also like it because it feeds perfectly into the fact that I also have a game show correct and a game show wrong. So, we're really working that soundboard.
That is fantastic. I'm going to take that soundboard and snap it over my fucking knee in 10 to 11 seconds. Okay? I've never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke.
Never seen a thin person drinking Diet. Donald Trump literally had a button on his desk that meant that whenever he pressed it, someone brought in a Coke.
How do I get one of these buttons immediately? But I would, instead of that, I'd press it and I'd just get a vagina.
Oh, how do you lower the tone, dude? I was gonna say you'd press it and it'd be a double sausage and egg McMuffin.
Oh, I do like a double sausage egg. That is kind of insane. So would you take that logic and think that it was Kanye, or what were you thinking?
I've never seen it. I'm pretty sure it was Donald Trump's Diet Cokes that get brought in. So I think that's probably Kanye.
It's fucking Trump, mate. Believe it or not, I have never seen a thin person drinking.
He's such a bastard.
So he drinks full fat Coke, and in his mind, it's okay because he's never seen a thin person drink Diet Coke.
Well, that's probably why I mean you drink Diet Coke, isn't it? Really?
Who knows, mate? Who knows? I'm going to give you another one, buddy. We'll do three of these. Yes, I am personally rich, and I can buy furs and houses for my family. It's an interesting duo he's picked there. Not cars and houses.
His duo is his idea of whether he's rich is whether he can buy fur and houses.
And if it's just furs or just houses, I imagine he would consider himself only half baked at this point.
Normally the dynamic there is bread and water, isn't it? So that's quite a step above. I think Kanye and Kim are more woke than that. So I'm gonna say that's big DJ Trump.
DJ Trump. I don't know where the DJ comes in.
Because his name is Donald J. Trump.
Oh my god.
But you just carry on.
Gonna have to cut that one. Mate, that's Kanye. That's Kanye.
Really? I thought they were all quite woke.
furs and houses, mate. Maybe that's, to be fair, it could be a rap lyric. Oh, no, it's a fucking tweet, isn't it? Yeah, of course. Oh, I'm going to give you one more.
Give it to me.
Katy Perry, at Katy Perry. Katie, what the hell were you thinking when you married loser Russell Brand? There is a guy who has got nothing going on. A waste.
Do you know what? That's annoyed me more than anything else because Russell Brand is one of my absolute heroes.
He's an absolute genius, yeah.
I love him to bits. And I'm going to say that's Donald Trump because I don't think Russell would have gone against Kanye.
I actually know that one as well. It's upset me that through the ether, I have found out about these fucking tweets. I don't even have Twitter.
And you know what that means?
What does it mean, Joshy boy?
It means that we're actually going to talk about some news.
Yeah, I'm into that. I mean, we did do a bit of Trump. I thought that was somewhat newsworthy.
It's newsworthy, but I feel like we're going into the real news that people actually care about now.
I read that.
Because they hate to admit it. And you know what number one is? Pancake Day.
Pancakes! Dude, I didn't eat any fucking pancakes on Pancake Day.
Neither did I. I don't really like pancakes, dude.
Well, this is going to be a sick segment, bro.
You know what I was thinking yesterday? I have no idea why we eat pancakes.
Well, I know exactly why we do that.
You know honestly why?
Yeah.
Why do we eat pancakes?
So back in the day, on Shrove Tuesday, it was the end of a festival, and what you do is you'd clean out all of your cupboards with all the stuff that you had remaining, and you cook it into a pancake, and you'd eat those pancakes on Shrove Tuesday, and that would be why you have pancakes, mate.
That sounds ill-informed. Is that
It's
true?
not perfect, but it's close. It's damn close. Something like
Sorry. At the end of a time of fasting, people would get all of their shit together and put it in a wrap and eat it. They'd have a takeaway Friday and eat it on Pancake Tuesday.
What I'm saying, dude, is that there is a reason, either before they started fasting or afterwards or some fucking festival, they pull all the shit out of their cupboards, they cook it into a pancake, and they eat it. And that's what it's about, man.
No, that's before Lent.
Nah.
Well, it's Lent now. When is
I
Lent?
don't know what Lent is.
We both went to quite religious schools as well.
Yeah, and expensive ones.
I think this is Lent now.
I'm gonna find out why we eat pancakes, and you're gonna carry on talking.
You know what I found interesting today?
Tell me.
You know what this is? Genuinely labelled as my filler segment. So I'm going to get into it right now, shall I? While you do this.
Great.
This is Daily Mirror. Okay, so this is the harbinger of big news.
Yeah.
Bodybuilder with sex doll wife wants to start seeing other robots and a big chicken. Yuri Tolopko from Kazakhstan flew to Moscow in a bid to meet another sex doll after his wife, Margot, broke, only to be told he couldn't leave the airport because of the pandemic. So, we've got quite a big love story there. A bit like, I feel like Tom Hanks would play the part in that movie.
Yeah, 100%. What are the bets that little wife of his that broke was designed to look like Margot Robbie? Because the name was Margot, right?
It was called it was called Margot. Yeah,
that's 100% a replica of Margot Robbie, isn't it? And that's what I find sad.
I'll be honest. I'm looking through some of the pictures now, and it is a picture of this really ripped guy in a bath with someone that looks like her. It's now just a picture of him and loads of dolls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link to this to our official Twitter feed and our YouTube feed, because this is incredibly strange, and I think also really it's one of those things that's uplifting during COVID. So I think we all really need to spend some more time with Yuri. Let's all look at him and let's take some weight off during this COVID.
Yeah, and you think your love life's bad, bro? I mean, he's fucking chickens out here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to post this on our Twitter, on our YouTube, by the way, so everyone have a look at it if they want to.
Good man. I have found an answer to the Shrove Tuesday mystery, buddy. And I was pretty much bang on. Shrove Tuesday was the last opportunity to use up eggs and fats before embarking on the Lenten fast, and pancakes are the perfect way of using up these ingredients. I am a genius.
Yeah, you tried hard. It's a bit like clearing out the fridge, isn't it? To be honest, you didn't nail it.
I didn't nail it, but I did pretty. I mean, I did. You didn't know, and I gave you half an answer.
You were saying? I actually have something that I want everyone to watch, which I'm going to tweet out on our little page, which is bad interviewing of women, which I saw this week. Oh my god! It's like American interview hosts interviewing Lindsay Lohan, Parkinson interviewing Helen Mirren, this German guy interviewing Britney Spears, and it's one of the most disgusting, just horrendous things I've ever seen. And yeah, everyone always says like, oh yeah, we missed out on it in the past. Why weren't we outraged? Well, it's pretty hard to look at now, and I think it's really important to watch. So I'm going to tweet that out.
Okay, so that sounds good, man. Is it like sexist interview questions?
It's pretty much just Parky asking Helen Mirren whether her assets are going to get in the way of her being a professional actress.
Oh man, I saw that interview. I saw that interview like 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's so just hard to watch and pretty horrible, to be honest. So
she did have a couple of fantastic assets there.
Her acting ability and her intelligence. Yeah, what are you saying?
No, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Okay.
Boobies. That one's a bit fucking long.
Weird that you'd choose that point to play that song. So well done.
Well, that was you. This week, mate, I'm gonna give some advice out as well. Cut a mullet into your hair. Cut a mullet into your hair. I've done it.
Rory Burns from the England cricket team.
No one knows who that is. I think it looks great. I cut it in to get the hair off my ears, and it's become a full-on mullet. And cut your own hair. It doesn't matter what happens. It'll grow back by the time you're out of this. Go and enjoy yourself. Well, that is true. Fuck this guy so much.
I'll be honest, Henry's tried really hard with his hair. It's difficult for everyone right now. I'd really not follow that advice. You know, take some time for yourself, really consider the options, and just maybe just ask your mum to do it. Because what Henry has is not good. The other thing I really want to watch is the Britney Spears documentary. Have you heard about this, Henry?
Nah, man. Well, yeah. To be fair, I'm chatting to a girl who has watched it on Now TV and was like, she was saying that Justin Timberlake's a bit of a bad dude.
Yeah, I honestly don't know anything about this, but I need to inform myself, and I've got no clue. So it sounds all pretty shady once again, like some bad dudes doing some bad shit. So I need to listen.
That's informative. I think a little part of it also is the fact that the media's kind of been hounding Britney Spears, but also that her dad had control over the majority of her inflow and outflow in regards to like her career and her earnings, and now she wants to get rid of that, but she can't. So I recommend watching it as well, because from what I've heard, Britney's back, bitch.
Oh wow, I mean that was really moving.
You didn't have a sound check for that, mate. Come on, I set you up so good.
Right, hang on.
I wanted you to find toxic.
Oh, Phil, while I find it.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's on Now TV. Catch it, bros. We'll discuss it next week. Actually, yeah, perfect. We'll discuss it next week. We'll probably put all of this in the podcast description so you guys know what the fuck to do. And next week we'll come back a lot harder. I'm saying, baby. Maybe this can be our outro music.
So you know
she had some bang.
That's how responsive I am.
Bleeding history?
Hã?
Bleeding history?
Como é que é, bebê? Como é que é a fala?
Bleeding history?
Tem que ser a pronúncia correta. Como é o nome da...
So, how do you want to move forward with that?
Don't know what the fuck that was, to be honest, mate.
No?
I'll take that there. Thank you for joining us this week on the Josh and Henry Show. If you want to email us in any funny news stories that you found, go to the Josh and Henry Show at gmail.com. That's the Josh and Henry Show at gmail.com. I'm gonna ban you from the soundboard, mate, because you can't use it responsibly, bro. So I'm gonna have to ban you from it. Peace out, guys. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go cry in a corner and probably masturbate.
That was a Simon Says production.